Qwen 3.5 update is insane. You are sleeping on one of the most powerful AI models right now. While everyone is talking about ChatGPT and Claude, Alibaba just dropped something seriously impressive. A model that beats models 10 times its size. A model that can handle more text in a single conversation than you could ever throw at it. And the best part? It is completely open source. If you have not heard about Qwen 3.5 yet, you are missing out on a tool that could seriously level up how you work with AI. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly what this model does, why it matters, and how you can actually use it. Today, we are breaking down the Qwen 3.5 update from Alibaba, because this one is genuinely different from what we have seen before. So, let me start with the basics. Qwen 3.5 is the newest generation of large language models from Alibaba's Qwen team. The first release dropped on February 16, 2026, with the flagship 397 billion parameter model. Then, on February 24th, they released the medium model series, which includes 4 different model sizes. And this is where things get really interesting. The 4 models are Qwen 3.5 35B A3B, Qwen 3.5 122B A10B, Qwen 3.5 227B, and Qwen 3.5 Flash. Do not worry about the names just yet. I am going to break each one down. But first, I need to explain something called mixture of experts, because this is the secret sauce behind why Qwen 3.5 performs so well with so little compute. Most AI models activate their entire set of parameters every single time you send a message. It is like hiring a team of 1,000 people and having every single one of them work on every task, even simple ones. Wasteful. Mixture of experts is different. It routes each piece of your input to only the most relevant experts. The rest of the model stays idle. More capability, far less compute. Here is where it gets wild. The Qwen 3.5 35B A3B has 35 billion total parameters, but only activates 3 billion of them per response. That A3B means 3 billion active, and yet it outperforms the previous Qwen 3.235B A22B model, which activated 22 billion parameters at a time, over 7 times more efficient with better results. And because the active compute is so low, it can run on consumer GPUs with 8 GB or more of VRAM using quantized versions. That is the kind of access that opens this up to way more people. Now let me talk about the 1 million token context window. One token is roughly 3/4 of a word, so 1 million tokens is around 750,000 words. An entire codebase, hundreds of pages of documents, hours of meeting transcripts, all in a single conversation. The hosted Qwen 3.5 Flash and Qwen 3.5 Plus models offer this by default. The open-weight models have a native context of 262,000 tokens and are extensible up to around 1 million. Either way, this removes one of the biggest friction points in AI workflows. A common workaround for large documents is something called RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. It works, but it adds complexity to your setup. With a window this large, you often do not need it. Just feed the whole document straight in. Simpler, faster, less to build. They achieved this using a hybrid architecture that combines mixture of experts with gated delta networks, a type of attention that scales far more efficiently than standard transformers. The result is 8.6 times faster decoding at 32,000 token context and 19 times faster at 256,000 token context compared to their previous Qwen 3 Max model on the same hardware. Now let me walk you through each model so you know which one fits your use case. The Qwen 3.5 35B A3B is the standout open-weight model. It only activates 3 billion parameters, but beats the previous 235 billion parameter flagship. This is the one to look at if you want serious performance locally without enterprise hardware. The Qwen 3.5 122B A10B activates 10 billion of its 122 billion total parameters and leads the lineup on agentic benchmarks. On BFCLv4, which tests how well a model can use tools, it scored 72.2. GPT-5 Mini scored 55.5 on the same benchmark. That is a significant gap, and it makes this the go-to for building complex, multi-step AI agents. The Qwen 3.5 to 27B is the only dense model in the series, meaning all 27 billion parameters activate every time. That gives it the highest per-token reasoning density. On SWE Bench Verified, which tests real software engineering tasks, it ties GPT-5 Mini at 72.4. Solid choice for coding workflows. Then there is Qwen 3.5 Flash. This is the production-ready hosted version, optimized for agentic scenarios with native function calling built in. It is available through Alibaba Cloud's Model Studio at 10 cents per 1 million input tokens and 40 cents per 1 million output tokens. Very competitive for what you get. All models have native tool use built in, meaning they can connect to APIs, run code, browse the web, and take actions as part of completing a task. For example, if you ask it a math problem, it can write Python code to solve it, execute that code, and verify the answer. It is not guessing, it is checking its own work. There is also support for MCP, Model Context Protocol, which lets you connect Qwen models to external services through a standardized interface. And Alibaba released Qwen Code, an open-source terminal agent built specifically for Qwen models. A few more things worth knowing. Qwen 3.5 is natively multimodal, meaning it handles text, images, and video within a single conversation without needing separate models. Vision and language are trained together from the ground up. It also supports 201 languages and dialects, up from 82 in the previous Qwen 3. All 4 medium series models are fully open source under the Apache 2.0 license, available on Hugging Face, Allama, and ModelScope.